LA is becoming a national leader in the fight against gangs as a new federal bill becomes law. As Anna Marcos shows us, it's modeled after a gang intervention plan created by Councilmember Tony Cardenas.
These kids are at the forefront of what will now become a national gang intervention model.
They teach us how to, for life skills and how to be responsible.
LA's gang intervention plan, sponsored by Councilmember Tony Cardenas and passed by the City Council in 2008, is now the blueprint for a new federal bill sponsored by U.S. Congresswoman Diane Watson, the Tony Cardenas Gang Intervention Act.
We gave the world the Crips and the Bloods, and now it is time we take a leadership role.
The new bill, like the LA City Council model, requires gang intervention workers and agencies to become accountable. They must provide specific programs such as tattoo removal and job and mental health counseling, and they must reapply for funding each year after proving they've met all guidelines.
The intervention community was the first one to raise their hand and say, please hold us accountable. We are professionals. We want to be professionalized. We are there in the homes of these young gang members, trying to get them out of a life of crime.
According to state figures, it costs $252,000 a year to incarcerate a juvenile in California. At that rate, Cardenas says, this state and other states could soon go bankrupt unless they find new alternatives to incarceration. Alternatives like the new gang intervention model. Advocates say it costs only $1,400 a year per juvenile to keep kids out of gangs.
I'm no longer running with my gang. I'm no longer out there, doing drive-bys, robbing places like I used to. Now I keep my head up high. I learn that I am worth something.
To these gang intervention workers, hearing a former gangbanger say that is worth much more than the $1,400 it costs to reach him. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
And that news conference took place in North Hills at one of the sites for communities in schools. And continuing on the green theme, Gil Reyes tells us about some new lofts on the city's west side designed with the goal of helping residents cut down on their carbon footprint.
Some things appear to be looking up in the real estate game. Condominium sales in California up 27% in June compared to last year. Maybe it's good timing, but these lofts just opened.
This suggests that there's a spark here. Homes are beginning to sell. People are beginning to look. We've sold 13 homes just before we even opened.
Henry Cisneros, the former U.S. HUD secretary under President Clinton, is talking about these new ultra-modern T-lofts. 84 of them on Tennessee Avenue near the busy Sawtelle corridor. 2 million square feet of office space now within walking distance.
Part of the problem that we have in the West Side is there are so many jobs here and not enough units of housing. People don't want to have to commute to another place, causing West Siders a lot of traffic and sticking them in that same traffic. They want to be close to where they work.
The homes are also close to bus lines, restaurants, and the proposed Exposition light rail system. Doug Lamb recently moved in.
The grocery stores not too far away. Little Osaka is easily within walking distance.
I like to bike a lot, so I would be able to bike to the beach and be able to actually bike all over West LA.
The California Association of Realtors says interest in condominiums has increased among first-time home buyers. City leaders hope to lure the environmentally conscious. Besides the potential to save on gas, little water is needed to fortify these trees, while none is needed to upkeep this synthetic lawn. Inside, dual flush toilets help to further conserve water. Loft living for people investing in their neighborhood and the planet. In West LA, Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
And loft prices start from around $415,000. Want to leave the cares of city life behind? You don't have to go far. Anna Marcos takes us to a recent walk called the Big Parade, where participants set out on foot to take in some of the most scenic views in Council District 13.
This is no average neighborhood stroll. Walkers on the Big Parade, as this walk is called, spent one July weekend climbing 135 stairways, going uphill and down. All told, 40 scenic miles of LA streets in 2 days.
There's a sort of a people power in walking.